Did you know that in 2025, some of America's closest friends are quietly staying away from the US? In Canada, border crossings dropped by almost 1 million in just 1 month. In Germany, flight bookings to the US have fallen by over 25%. Across Europe, vacations to the US are being canceled. Hotels are empty. Airlines are cutting routes. And according to Goldman Sachs, the US could lose up to $90 billion in tourism money this year. Is this about politics? Safety? Or is the world just pulling back from the idea of America? In this video, we'll show you 7 countries that are quietly turning away from the US in 2025 and why this shift matters more than you think. Before we dive in, hit like and subscribe because this isn't just about tourism, it's about global trust. Number 1. Canada. From friendly neighbor to warning signs. Canada has always been America's closest friend and its biggest source of tourists. But now, that friendly connection is fading. In March 2025, nearly 900,000 fewer Canadians crossed into the US than the year before. That's a huge drop, almost like during the pandemic. Flight bookings are down over 70%, and airlines have removed over 300,000 seats going to the US. So what happened? Many blame new US tariffs on Canadian products and political comments that offended many Canadians, including a suggestion that Canada should become America's 51st state. Canada also updated its travel advisory. It warns travelers they might face border searches, even if they have the right documents. The result? More and more Canadians are skipping US trips. If this keeps going, the US could lose $9 billion just from Canada's tourism. Number 2. France. Travel dreams put on hold. France has always loved American culture, movies, cities, and the open road. But in 2025, that love is cooling off. A top French travel company says bookings to the US are down 20%. One reason? A French scientist was recently denied entry into the US after sharing private messages that were critical of American politics. The story caused outrage in French media. Now, more travelers are choosing places that feel safer and more respectful, like Japan, Canada, or South America. For many French citizens, America feels less free and less welcoming than before. Number 3. Germany. From trusted ally to travel doubts. Germany and the US have long worked together as partners. But in 2025, that relationship is shifting. German travel to the US is down over 28%, the biggest drop in Europe. The German government quietly warned its citizens that, even with proper papers, they might be detained or turned away at the US border. There have already been multiple cases of German travelers being denied entry for no clear reason. German media is now asking, is the US still a safe and fair place to visit? Many German tour groups are now booking trips to Asia or Southern Europe instead. Number 4. United Kingdom. Special relationship in trouble. The UK and the US have always had a strong bond. But in 2025, British tourists are getting cold feet. One shocking case involved a young British visitor who was detained for 19 days over a small visa issue. He was then deported in full restraints. The story caused outrage in the UK Parliament and scared many travelers. Now, major airlines are cutting flights to the US and travel agents report fewer bookings. British travelers are choosing destinations like Spain, Portugal, and Australia, where they feel more respected. Number 5. Australia. Long-haul travelers stepping back. Australia and the US have always had a strong connection. But now, more Australians are thinking twice before booking a trip to America. In March 2025, US-bound travel from Australia dropped 7%, the biggest fall since COVID. What's going wrong? Some Australians have been detained, had their phones searched, or were denied entry despite having the right documents. The Australian government even updated its travel advisory, reminding citizens that entry to the US is never guaranteed. Travel companies are feeling the pain. One firm expects to lose $100 million because of fewer US bookings. Number 6. Spain. Travel plans changing fast. Spanish travelers love visiting the US from New York to California. But this year, they're making different choices. In March 2025, nearly 25% fewer Spanish tourists arrived in the US compared to last year. 4 out of 10 travel agencies in Spain say bookings are down. Why? Many travelers say they're tired of airport stress, visa problems, and growing tensions in the US. They're now choosing places like Mexico, Portugal, and Morocco easier, cheaper, and less stressful. Number 7. Denmark. Small country, big message. Denmark is small, but its message is loud. In March 2025, flights from Denmark to the US dropped over 34%, one of the steepest declines in Europe. But Danes aren't just canceling trips, they're boycotting American products too. An online movement in Denmark has over 95,000 members encouraging people to skip US goods and travel. One woman even contacted a chocolate company to ask where its almonds came from. When she found out they were from California, she added it to her personal boycott list. For many Danes, this isn't about hating America. It's about sending a message: enough is enough. Why this matters. So, what does all this mean? From Canada to Denmark, millions of people are no longer just avoiding flights. They're stepping away from the idea of America. Not because they hate the US, but because they feel disrespected, unwelcome, or ignored. And when trust is broken, tourism suffers first. These quiet boycotts aren't loud or angry, but they're real. And if the US doesn't notice soon, it may wake up to a world that's simply moved on. Thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful, make sure to like, subscribe, and leave a comment. Which country's reaction surprised you the most? Do you think this tourism shift will continue? Let us know below, and as always, stay curious, stay informed.